What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Golden Dice Podcast. Today, we are back with our tier lists. In case you didn't know, FFG released the full set 5 on Friday. What was that, the 6th at this point, I guess?
Yeah.
So we have every single card, which means we have all the leaders and all the legendaries. So we're going to go ahead and rank them as best we can, with the three of us combining all of our half brain cells for 1.5 brain cells to do this. But I'm your host, Jack, and with me I got Brian and Flock. How are you, gentlemen?
Good.
Great. I have no idea what these cards are. I feel
Yeah,
like
I
Flock.
haven't read any of them.
Yeah, the leaders I feel like I know like a little bit more because there were only 4 left, but the legendaries, when we do that one next, that'll be a little bit rough.
No idea.
Big rough.
But how do we feel with the full set out?
Overwhelmed. I read it on Friday, and I don't remember a single thing I read.
Yeah.
Just scrolling through. I was looking at the pictures, honestly. I wasn't really reading the cards.
People love pictures, bro.
I love the art. The art is sick in this set. I'm sure the cards are good too, but I don't know. We'll see.
All right. So we'll just jump into it. We're going to go in order as we always do, just their numbered order. So first up, we got Kylo Ren, who is Force and a First Order, deploys at 7. He is a 5/5, but on his leader side, he has an action, exhaust him, discard a card from your hand. If you discarded an upgrade this way, draw a card. Like I said, he flips. He's a 5/5, has Sentinel. When deployed, play any number of upgrades from your discard pile on this unit, one at a time, paying their costs.
Oh, right, we're ranking. Got it. Sorry.
Ooh, my pen's not working. There we go. Nope.
My pen's dead.
My pen is my finger. It's dead. It's not working. All right.
I gotta find the cards.
SpooDB.com.
SpooDB.com.
Yeah, I'm there.
Sets. Legends of the Force. Kylo Ren.
Wait, hold on a second before I show my rating. Is this what I like?
Why isn't Legend of the Force showing up?
I never know what to do here. Is this how much I like the character here, like the card, or?
That's the fun in it, Brian, is that
because
the points are made up.
I like it a lot, but is it dog water?
What is the Drew Carey?
Everything's made up and the points don't matter.
Because I sent that to
Welcome
Todd
to Whose
after
Lines
his,
Anyway?
Which
somebody
character
asked,
did we
like,
do?
Kylo Ren. Oh my
Kylo Ren.
gosh.
Okay.
Welcome
Hey,
to the
we're
podcast,
doing leaders.
folks.
We're starting in the first one as we always do. Wait, I need to
Absolutely.
pull this up. What set are we?
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm making bread real quick.
Oh yeah, this is the upgrade one. Yeah. This
Correct.
is pretty cool. Yeah.
All right. We ready?
Yeah.
Got it.
3, 2, 1. We got an A, B, and a C plus. Brian, you rated him the highest.
Yeah, so this is, again, and it's good to get it out of the way now that we have very separate viewpoints, because I am really interested in this leader. This is one of the leaders I did remember reading and going, ooh, that sounds like fun. Sentinel, I mean, I think the 7 deploy is a little rough. I always think the 7 deploy leaders have a hard time sticking, especially as we're kind of ramping up the game, picking up and making cars that do a variety of different things. But Voltrining up a Kylo Ren leader, I mean, if you don't win on your flip, what are you doing? You know. But Bamboozle exists, Power Failure exists, Confiscate exists. All these things exist to neuter this leader flip, and then you have a 5/5 Sentinel, and you've waited 7 resources to deploy a Childson. You know. But I'm pretty interested.
Yeah, I think he's cute, basically, because I'm thinking.
I do think Adam Driver is very handsome.
True.
I think he's super cute.
True.
I want to kiss him.
No, but I kind of look at this one similar as when Vader 1 Blue was a big thing, where you were just doing control and you get Vader out and you just kind of use him for whatever. So I feel like this is kind of another cute way where you do the same thing Vader does, a little bit more drawing. But then he comes out, and then he can easily just get knocked off the board, potentially. Loses upgrades, because there's a lot of upgrade hate currently in the meta. So it's like, at the same point, I'm like, I'd rather just play Kira when I'm looking at it, if I'm looking at a competitive stance. So I think he's still C. He's gonna be average. Like he'll be cute. He'll be good because it's vigilance, control. So it'll be good. But there's better decks.
Yeah, I put him B, and that's solely based off the card Snapshot Reflexes. I think he is going to be absolutely insane with yellow potentially.
That'll be good.
So it's just like, I don't know. Kylo's lightsaber, something else, and then Snapshot Reflexes, so you could like swing for like.
You could do that gray lightsaber. It's a legendary, whatever it is, on him too.
Because
in any
five,
color.
that's 6, and you still float 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that could be like a.
Because Kylo's costs 2, right?
That could be a Brazilian or something. You know what I mean? That costs 1.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, yeah. There's definitely a point where like you just have like bad cards in your deck. Like I get Resilient, but part of me would rather be like a 3/3. But I also don't know.
I don't know what else. Like the math. The
Yeah,
math
what it
ain't
would be.
mathing on that one.
But my mind is going yellow first, just because of Snapshot, because then you can deploy your leader, give them 1 to 2 upgrades, and then Snapshot and immediately
Instantly
attack for
So at least you get your attack off.
likely 10. And so yeah, if they bamboozle, that kind of feels bad. But like, then you did 10 damage maybe, and you have a 5/5 Sentinel still on board.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
But
saw
yeah,
him.
it's scary to like deploy him, spend all 7 resources on it, and then like hope your opponent doesn't have a like you said, a bamboozle, no good to me dead, a rival's fall, like things like that.
Yep.
Yeah, I was thinking about him more as almost like a reanimator deck, similar to Afra, where you're kind of tossing stuff and tossing stuff and tossing stuff, and then you know, you can ramp, you can OB to clear stuff out, you can Palps Return to bring things.
Yeah, but he's discarding upgrades.
He's discarding a card.
Yeah, but like Palps Return doesn't
Yeah, you're not going to
necessarily synergize with his ability because
you're only going to want to discard upgrades. You're not going to want to discard your force units.
yeah, you can discard
Not
a
always.
card from hand, but I'm not just gonna like action discard
Not
Yeah.
always.
99% of the
Yeah.
time.
Not
If Afra
always.
made you discard a card from hand, she would be even worse.
I mean, it'd be
Afra's
decent if
great.
if it's a force unit on 6 resources, you could. I guess you could
Yeah,
do his
yeah, if
ability,
you have Palps
discard
in
a
hand
card,
and you have
and
Maul
then
in
play
hand.
an 8-cost
Yeah.
unit.
Yeah.
Sure,
You
but
can. I'm saying you
you
can.
Sure. Brian thinks of like the worst possible cases for these leaders to like justify. I could discard a non-weapon, not draw the card, and then play Palps Return.
Bingo.
Bingo,
All right,
bingo.
we're gonna.
Isn't that great?
We had a C plus a B and an A, so I think B just makes
Yeah, B.
sense.
Yep.
All right. On to the
You're
next
not
one.
see- you're not
I am
seeing the
excited for
vision.
him. He does seem like a fun leader all around.
You're not seeing the vision. It's okay.
All right,
I'll show you the.
yeah, true.
I can
Sure,
show you the
can
way.
bring me your glasses? There's got to be something in them.
You need a teacher.
All right. Next up, we got Mother Talzin. She is Force Knight, Vigilance Villainy, Action, Exhaust, Use the Force. Give a unit -1/-1 for this phase. Epic action. If you control 5 or more resources, you can deploy her. She is a 3/7, and on attack, you may give a unit -1/-1 for this phase. This is tough. Do I go based off what like the meta or the specific set?
Follow your dreams, baby.
Yeah, we'll just go for the set, I guess. Because if I go for the meta, I'm not sure I'll put anything in S tier. All right, 3, 2, 1, reveal. A-, A+, and S. I'm the highest this one. I mean, yeah, I don't know that she's gonna like S tier walk into the meta. I was just kind of basing it off the 18 leaders we have here. But just 5 deploy, 3/7 force, has like a pretty good ability on her leader side. Like I don't think it's amazing, but it definitely can change the math on a lot of things. And I think she's good. She has paired very well with red for me so far with force throw, force lightning, and fallen lightsaber. She's just kind of been like a beast with those things. So I've really liked her. She's really impressed me. But yeah, overall meta, maybe say like lower A, but set 5, she's S of these leaders for me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little biased because Talzin It's like one of my favorite characters, especially Destiny days. So I'm excited to play her. I've already talked about this. I want the showcase. Anyway, off topic. A- for me. I went more towards like the meta, the side of it. But I think she's going to be very good with her ability. I think it's going to be a lot more useful than we think. And I was even talking to Jack when I was making my deck list for this one. I have like a binds all thing, so that just adds some more of the math going on, which would be pretty nice. So a lot of Force stuff going on, which has always been my thing. I played the Force Yoda for a long time, so I'm liking that. So having a good villain Force is going to be nice. So we finally got one.
Yeah. You had the did you have the lowest, Brian?
No,
I had the lowest.
I was right in the middle.
This guy's yapping. A-.
A-.
I said A+. I agree with everything said.
And 3/7s have naturally just been on 5 have been like, who have we gotten? Quinlan Voss and Django?
Mm-hmm.
And Django had to be banned, and Quinlan is like very good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, it's got the recipe for success. So what do we want to do? Do we just want to do top of A for now, or do we want to
Slap her an S.
Slap her an S.
slap? I think it's worth noting that I feel like she unlocks a little bit of a blue archetype that doesn't exist right now. Like Kira just goes longer. Like Kira's still like a mid-rangey like unit, trends more control, but Talzin could open like a blue-red that's a little bit more aggressive, wants to kill you a little bit faster, things like that.
Sure.
All right. Next up, we got Ahsoka Tano. Vigilance, heroism, action. Give or exhaust. Use the Force. Give a friendly unit Sentinel for this phase. Deploys at 6 as a 5/6 Force fringe, and on attack, you may give a friendly unit Sentinel for this phase. 3,
Okay,
2,
I'm ready.
1. D.
Oh,
D.
This rarely
D.
happens. Yo, triple D's?
Yo, she is.
That might be the first time where all of us got exactly the same.
Yeah.
She's so sad. It makes me so sad.
Stop with the Sentinel.
But like, it's not even that she.
I don't mind the Sentinel. It's just like a 5/6 at 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she doesn't do anything. She just doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
It's slow. It's slow. It's bad. She's bad.
Yeah, I feel like the
She's
on
not
attack
even a-
should have been a little bit more like give the unit +1/+1 or +2/+2 for the on attack. But yeah, it feels brutal.
Yeah,
I mean, there are some blowout plays that I'm sure potentially exist, especially in more like limited, like Twin Suns and Draft, where she's good in. Because what's the new Jedi Guardian? Question mark. Where it gets +2 while it's
2/4.
defending.
Oh, is that what that is? 2/4 restore?
No, it's like a 4/8 for 5 or something like that.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, it's like a 4/8 for 5, gets +2 while defending. So it's like giving that Sentinel is insane, right? You're essentially having a 6/8 Sentinel.
Yeah.
That also has the Force, right? So it can trigger getting that token itself. So it's like there's lines like that, and then the 3/4 spaceship that gets an experience token if it's targeted. Like, there's some good targets for Sentinel. But it's just like, I mean, a 6/5/6 is just so unimpactful in this meta, just like not having an impactful leader. And like, there's some leaders that could maybe get away with it if their leader side was really, really good, and hers just isn't it either. Because if they have initiative and they attack first, it's just like, all right, well, the Sentinel doesn't really matter as much anymore.
Yeah, disappointing on both sides.
Do you guys think she is better or worse than Set 3 Ahsoka?
Worse. I think Ahsoka Set
What's-
3, you can... There you go.
I was literally about
Set
to say, Flock, do you know
What
what
does
Set 3
do? It's a coordinating one, that's all I know.
The aggression
It's-
one, yeah.
yeah,
Coordinate
yeah.
attack gets +1.
I think Ahsoka Set 3 is actually kind of slept on. I don't think she's amazing, but I do think she's better than people
Yeah.
give her credit for.
There's just better aggro decks, so that.
And there's just Sabine.
Yeah.
Comes
yeah,
out of
yeah,
turn
it's just-
earlier. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
Like rotation, I can. Is so
And coordinates
put
rough.
a rotation? No, she won't be.
she'll be going with rotation, too.
Oh my gosh, it's even more brutal.
0 for 2, Flock.
Over 2.
Yeah.
All right, I'll drink to that.
But yeah. So, haha. We're past the 2 minute mark, Flock.
Yes,
well
we're
past
good.
it.
We're good.
But yeah, it's a shame. I do love this artwork too as well. Like, and I obviously love Ahsoka as a character. I really wish she would have been a little bit more exciting, but I do think she'll be one that's very fun and enjoyable in Draft and Twin Suns. So I don't think she's like wasteful, and that's just the nature of 18 leaders a set.
Yeah.
It's just a shame that like one of the most iconic Force characters is a little bit rougher.
There's always going to be limited characters just in the sets.
Yeah, dude, 18. Like if you really think about it, 18 leaders a set is a
that's
crazy amount.
Yeah.
For 3 years.
Yep.
And this range we got this set, I mean, just looking at the leaders on the bottom of the list we haven't even talked about yet, are all over the place.
I do love that we went S, B, and D so far.
Flock loves the symmetry.
I do.
The symmetry.
It tickles his brain.
All right. Next up, we got Kanan Jarrus. Vigilance, heroism, action, pay 1, exhaust him, give a shield token to a creature or specter unit. He deploys at 6 resources. He is a Force, Jedi, Rebel, and Spectre. He deploys as a 3/6 shielded, but while you control another creature or specter unit, this unit gets +2/+2. All right, reveal. In 3, a 2, 1. B+, B+, A+.
Sheesh.
Flock, you're the highest.
All right, yeah. I just think his flippability is going to be very good. A lot of specters, a lot of creatures. So unless they're doing a very good job of removing on the flip turn one of those, I think he'll be very good. So giving shit, and then he has to get is it 1 resource or 2?
1 resource.
1 resource, yeah, for the shield. I think that's good. 1 for a shield on any creature. We see how good that is with like Luke. And Luke is only when you played at that phase. So this is just a creature specter at any time. Giving a shield token for 1, I think it's great. And then the flip turn just gonna come out nasty. He's constantly gonna be +2/+2, so a 5/8 shielded. It's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah, I think I like everything about him. What holds him back for me is I just don't know how like a full creature specter deck will be. And again, with the wave of spoilers we got, there could have been a really good creature that I just haven't looked at fully yet. Or like there are some good creatures already, like the Lothwolf 3/3 Sentinel is like pretty nice, but also like kind of weird in that you can't attack, create some weird situations. But him being able to constantly shield that is pretty good. And then, I mean, there's just some good Spectre units as well.
Yep.
But there's also some pretty bad Spectre units as well. So
but I think there's some pretty good Spectres, pretty good creatures,
But that's like my issue is that some of them have gotten passed by. Like Kanan is already in blue, like the 4-drop the unit. But I feel like he's been passed by a little bit, especially with this set. Like he was like, 4/5, he's not amazing, but he's got like a pseudo restore 1, maybe 2, and has a 4 straight. But now I feel like he's looking a little bit worse in that sense. And what's the other? I mean, you get both Ghosts and you get Hera, I think, are all in blue.
Yep.
And Hera's just kind of
Isn't the new Ezra blue too?
Yeah.
Oh, the new Ezra. Yeah, I do like the new Ezra.
The new Ezra in blue. So then and then if you go yellow, you'll have yellow Ezra.
I do think yellow is what interests me because of Sabine.
Yep.
I do think she's like a pretty good unit, and especially like shielding her, and then they can't attack her while she's exhausted could be.
Yeah. Is Sabine's Masterpiece Spectre?
Yeah. Yeah, that is, and that's another. You can run that in any.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that's good. That's another good one. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of good Spectres. There should be enough creatures that'll be good. So I don't know. I like it.
I don't know any creatures outside of.
I just want to give creatures
that
upgrades.
I'm excited about.
I just want to give them upgrades, okay? The creatures in space.
I
give
think
them upgrades.
a couple of the elves.
Pergolas.
Oh, the pergolas, yeah.
Pergolas. Oh.
Yeah.
A couple of the like Bendu, right?
Bendu's kind of interesting.
Both Bendus are creatures. Mythosaur is a creature.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be tested out, but I right now, just looking at it, I like it. I like the combos. I haven't played it yet, so I don't know.
Yeah, I just think that when you're kind of pushed into a certain category of deck building, it makes it a little tougher. I mean, like obviously we've seen that the Rebel trait is super good. There are a lot of good traded units, But as Jack said, there are some that are just kind of doo-doo.
Yeah.
And the creatures really vary. I this set just, threw up on the internet, so, like, I don't know what's what as far as creatures go, but...
I, like, brought it up quickly, and there's just not a lot.
Well, it feels like the ones that
I'm excited about.
they revealed so far before the whole dump felt underwhelming, right? Like, the Frynok is funny.
Porg,
the Terran... yeah.
Curious Flock.
The Curious Flock. The Terran Tad to Tech, whatever, is, like, fine.
Were there no creatures previously in the other sets?
There's, like, a
there
Wampa,
were. There was
Hunting
Bendu,
Nexu,
Wild
Bendu,
Rancor, Crate, Zillow,
Okay, there's a few. Okay.
Crate, yeah.
But yeah, the
They're
one
Jabba
Bendu.
and Crumb, but they're both.
Yeah, the one
No.
Bendu's like double blue, and then the Rancor's double red. So it's
You gotta
like,
bring in Malakili in green.
Yeah, so
you know?
the both Rancors are pretty much out. One
Yeah,
is
for
villain.
sure.
Wild Rancor is double red. Like,
yeah.
Right.
that's not gonna be worth it. And then it's even like late game. It's just like there's so many just like big creatures. Like Crate is a good card.
If
But
you
like
have to
Crate
shield
to
that,
shield
like,
it,
at that
like
point,
I don't know,
what's the
like
point?
that. Like for me, you want like good creatures to have out for his flip turn, and
Yeah.
it just doesn't feel like there's a lot in there. Like again,
Mhm.
the Lothwolf I think is great. The Bogdo is interesting, but like I don't know how well that works. It can't attack unless it's damaged, and so like
Yeah, and after you shield it, it's like it's kind of productive.
and you can't like give it Sentinel. Like that might be good with Ahsoka, but Kanan like certainly like if you just play it, like how do you ever attack with it to
Mhm.
get it damaged? And then even like some of the new ones, like Bendu got spoiled, and I don't love him. They reprinted Wampa is coming in this set. Yeah, I don't know. It just kind of feels like all creatures are just kind of like middling, which makes me feel like Spectres have to carry hard, and I don't know if they're good enough to do that.
Yeah, I
is
agree.
my concern with them.
But
Yes, if he flips and he's the +2/+2 shielded, like, and then you can slap an upgrade or something on him, like he's gonna go hard.
yeah, I'm most excited for Kanan and Kylo this set because I'm not uber competitive, and I feel like they're right middle of the pack. Like I feel like they have potential to be like pretty decent and fun and hold their own. Like the Hera deck, like not anything competitive, but still, like, you could take it to a local and not get run over. This is, I think, the same kind of way,
I think it'll
but
be
slightly better.
Leader actually does do something, even
Right.
if you're pushed into something.
Yeah.
Hera's just blank until you deploy.
Yeah. And Hera gets better with every set, but this much. You know what I mean?
I am very excited for a Hera Kanan Twin Sons deck. I will tell you that much.
Sure.
That sounds great. All right, moving on to our first green. Command Villainy, Morgan Elsbeth. Action, Exhaust. Choose a friendly unit that attacked this phase. Play a unit from your hand that shares a keyword with the chosen unit. It costs 1 less. Deploys at 5 as a 3/6 Force Imperial Knight. On attack, the next unit you play this phase costs 1 less if it shares a keyword with a friendly unit.
I got lost looking at all the creatures. Sorry. I'm good.
Yeah,
now.
no. There's also it's
The art
one
looks
thing I know
great
about
on
the
these,
creatures
though.
too is like none of them are double aspect. Like at least of the new one, they're all like just vigilance or just aggression. There's just a handful of like heroism or villainy ones.
Mm-hmm. They put the Gungan mount in there.
Yeah,
That's
so,
cute. Love that. Anyway,
Right.
sorry.
3, 2, 1. B minus CC. Flock, you're the
Alright.
highest.
So I'm the highest. So like, I want to say lower was my original thought, but then I started thinking about it. Liked it a little bit more. The leader side kind of stinks at the same time, but at the same time, when you think about it, generally once you attack with a unit, the opponent generally will wait to kill that unit. So if they want to kill that unit, they'll do whatever and they'll kill it later on because it's already attacked. Well, in this case, it makes you want to actually kill it sooner because then you'll get the decrease in cost. So they're more willing to kill a unit that they normally might not kill right away, which could mess up some lines. But also, I mean, just 5 drops are just generally decent. So they're usually in the middle of the pack, and on the on attack or the leader side, getting a discount is good. So it's decent. It's like Piet, not as good as Piet, but it's worse than Piet, but decent enough. So I think it's in the middle of the road. So I can see B minus C is where I was looking.
She's just villain Boba.
I mean, it's alright. Villain Boba?
Villain Boba too.
Oh, that's not a discount. That's just keywords.
Sure,
And they just get a +1.
Yeah, I mean, but she's fine. She's like nothing special. I mean, you have to make sure those units live. So
Yeah.
if you just start trading, she's just a
Well, yeah, she won't do the trading, but like if you attack with a unit, you want to kill it.
no.
You generally will wait. You
Your
won't do it
opponent's
right
going to
away.
kill your stuff.
So now
That's
they're
what-
going to kill it right away, which I
That's
said
what I'm saying.
could mess up some lines.
That's what I'm
them,
saying. I agree with you.
No, for them, the opponent. It could mess up some lines for the opponent.
I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I just everything that excites me about her, I feel like it's just exciting and just green villain. I don't know how much like specifically to her.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, like she can run overwhelming barrage. It's like, okay, I can just run any other deck that has command in it. I mean, the Eye of Scion definitely interests me in the synergy with her because it has hidden ambush, overwhelm, and restore. So like these word vomit type cards could be interesting. And I want, to me, I'm like, because of like what Flock said, I wonder if there's like a hidden type deck that she could like perform well in, where it makes it harder for your opponent to immediately kill things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, 3/6 on 5 is like fine. Obviously, we always love the 3/7s. She ain't it. But yeah, cool. All right, next up we got Supreme Leader Snoke Command Villainy Action. Pay 1, exhaust, give an experience token to a unit with the most power among friendly villain units. Deploys at 6 as a 4/7 force, first order, and official. On attack, give an experience token to a unit with the most power among friendly villainy units. Snoke is another character you played a bunch at the end, Flock.
True. Yeah,
Of Destiny.
I did.
3, 2, 1. C, B minus, B minus. I'm the different one, so I guess I'll go first this time. I just don't love that he can't pick. I think it's a bonus that he can buff himself when he flips and on attack, right? That's something a little bit different than Tarkin can do. Tarkin obviously can't buff himself. You need a board. So there is that kind of like bonus of Snoke. He just kind of feels like a side grade of Tarkin, and I don't think Tarkin's necessarily that amazing. It is nice that Snoke doesn't have the Imperial requirement, so he can run anything and buff it. That's villainy. But it's just like, just because you can run anything, does it make it a lot better? And now there were a few cards that were interesting that got spoiled, like Vayne and the Praetorian Guard. Like, there are some cards that kind of go well with him. But I don't know how good he's actually going to be.
I'm just kind of liking the experience. I think you can play around getting the experience, but yeah, it'll stink giving it some you don't really want to give it to. But at that point, you wouldn't do it. But so I still feel like the experience is good. His flip side's gonna be pretty strong, I feel like. But yeah, it's just gonna be a nice, good old villain green, doing villain green stuff. Imagine having this with what's his face? What's that 5 cost that gets experience after unit dies?
Gideon.
Gideon Hat. Frisk? Gideon Hask, right?
Yeah, it's that
Gideon
one.
Hask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be decent.
I mean, but like, Tarkin could just do that. He's
True.
Imperial.
True.
And I feel like that's not really that good of a thing right now anyways.
But Tarkin's not Snoke, who's Force and an official. Well, I guess Tarkin's an official.
Tarkin's official.
But now you get Force.
But what's for like? I feel like the decks that he's building don't really. I don't know. What's Force that he's gonna do?
Just Force villain. Go red. Force surge is super strong. So good.
But then what? I mean, I agree. But like, if your whole thing is just go villain early Force, like, we talked about Talzin. Just play Talzin. Yeah, it's not green, but it's like if you're really just trying to lean that hard into Force stuff, I'm not really sure what Snoke is doing.
Fair.
I completely lost my train of thought with this conversation. So,
Yeah,
I think she's mid. That's all I got to say. All right, he's mid. Sorry, I thought you were on Morgan Elsbeth. He's fine. Yeah, we're on Snoke. Jesus, that's how far behind I am.
You okay?
You good?
Yeah, I think he's fine. I don't
Yeah.
think he does anything crazy. I don't like his leader side. I like his unit side. Yeah, the not choice we've talked about before, isn't great, but
Bro also gets hard countered by 1 card. Any guesses?
Hold up. Countered by 1 card?
2 cost upgrade.
color
Blue.
2 cost upgrade. Entrenched.
Yeah. Like, think if you're trying to go heavy space and
Yeah.
you like buff it twice and then they entrench it. Like anytime you would do Snoke, you now are probably buffing that thing.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I mean, obviously if they're going ground and they put it on something ground, and it, like then you just
Didn't even think of
dominate
that.
ground. Like that's
Yeah.
not terrible. But it's like if you're trying to go space and they go ground and they entrench something in your space, then it's just like, okay,
Yeah.
alrighty. I'm
We'll have
never
to do,
using
like,
my
a-
Snoke ability again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that one card. What's that one card that's like deals damage based on the power, or something like that? So you have like Carabas 2, or that's damage
Strike
on
true.
them too, right?
Strike true.
Strike
What's that
2,
one?
Carabas. Is that hero?
Strike true is neutral.
Neutral
Or
green.
Carabas.
Carabas is red hero.
It is red hero. Okay,
But
so
that's
never mind.
damage on it, not.
Yeah, but still, if you have a bunch of experience points, you could have a damage on them.
But that's like what interests me about this too, is the 2-drop vein that I said. It's a when played on attack, you can defeat an experience token on a friendly unit. If you do, give an experience token to a friendly unit. So it's like there's ways that Snow can start to pass these things around, which seems interesting. And the Praetorian Guard is a 2/5, and if you control a unit with 4 or more power, it gets Sentinel. So it's like there's some decent lines in there for Snoke to have some good plays, but I just feel like Tarkin's not amazing, and I don't think he'll be amazing because of that.
Yeah.
But well, we got 2 B minuses from you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can move it around, but we'll do B minuses. We get 2 there.
I think that he and Kylo will be a fun Twin Suns deck.
Yeah,
Thematically speaking, I don't think they've
maybe
synergized
Phasma
at all.
too, though.
But
Phasma would be fun.
Oh, yeah,
some
true.
more first order cards.
yeah, that's true. Phasma unit would be good in because I guess she does buff him.
Shabelle. Yeah.
You lose the ECL double buff, but that's okay.
I mean, if Twin Suns, you can still do double green. That's fine.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Next up, Avar Chris, a command heroism action. Exhaust her. The force is with you. Create a force token. Epic action, and I'm going to read the full thing because hers is a little different. If the number of resources you control plus the number of times you use the force, this phase is 9 or more, deploy this leader. So technically 9 costs, but can come down. She deploys as a 4/10 Force Jedi Republic. While the force is with you, this unit gets +4 and gains overwhelm. 3, 2, 1. Oh, we're all over. Well, I guess you guys are a little closer.
I guess I'm the farthest, right? So I should talk.
Sure, yeah, I did the last one too. So I'm technically the highest, but I went last, so you can go first.
So I think that a 9 deploy is rough, right? Not even talking about the additional use the force kind of cost. I mean, in green hero you have Spark of Hope, you have resupply carrier. Those are your ramp choices,
And
right?
you have a what's his face now, Eathcoth or whatever.
Koth, right? Where you use the force, that's going to be amazing in her too. But you are essentially like playing your own game, trying to get her out while your opponent can kind of just run over you, doing other things. I think it's going to be a delicate balance. And again, I haven't looked at most of the set since it's been dumped, so there might be other pieces that are good in her that would make her a little better. But when I was trying to figure her out, she's tough. She's really, really tough. And she just doesn't do much. I don't know. Again, maybe using the force is a little more impactful now that the whole thing's out. Probably. But I don't know. I think she's going to be really tough. That being said, I really want to try her out. Like, when she comes out, I do want to play her. I just think that it's going to be a tough deck, personally.
Yeah. I kind of like her. I just think it's a little cute sometimes what she can do. Like, mostly the flip turn. Like, yeah, it's going to be great. Having the Force, you get the +4 and Overwhelm. But, like, that will kind of cause you not to want to use the Force, and your whole entire deck is built on trying to use the Force. So I feel like that's where I kind of don't like her.
Well, she will get it with her. As soon as she declares the attack, she'll get the Force. So then, even if you don't have the Force, you declare an attack, she'll then get it for that attack.
Even if you don't have it.
If you have a common base. I'm sorry. If you're running the common.
If you have a common base. Okay, yeah.
The common Force base.
So if you're running a common base, and that works. Okay. That was my biggest thing. It's like you're not going to want to use the Force because...
Yeah.
But your whole entire deck is literally all the cards are going to say use the Force to do whatever.
Yep. Yeah. Force is just, like, a little tricky to, like, think about. Because, like you said, like, once she's deployed, how you're really going to get the Force... But also, she's interesting where she constantly supplies the Force to where, like, she might open an option where you could play, like, Data Vault, but still have a Force deck because your leader just constantly generates it.
Yeah.
And she does, to me, feel like a 7 deploy leader because often you can bank going into 7 resources. You can bank a Force token, ideally. So then you go into that turn, 7 resources. You play something that uses the Force, you use her ability, you gain it back, and you play a second card that uses the Force or does something like that. So now you use it twice, so it comes down to 7 for the deploy, and she can come out there. So it's like, if you can constantly do that and learn her play patterns, I feel like she could be pretty good. And Green Hero, I'm going to tell you what, Green Hero might be my favorite pool of cards from this set. We got Gunji, we got Obi-Wan, we got Eth Koth, we got Kelleran Beck, we got Yoda. And I actually think Leia is, like, pretty decent, too. I don't know. I just think Green Hero got some pretty wild cards in here, and she's just in that color. And a lot of those cards help you go longer.
Yeah, I'm looking at all the Green Hero stuff I didn't see before, and Yoda's a boss. Yoda's quite good.
I kind of wish they did something more with his art prompt, though. Like, his
Yeah.
lightsaber looks sick, but I almost wish Yoda was...
I was going to say, I kind of
not
wish
just
Yoda's
sitting in a chair.
lightsaber and Yoda arts were swapped.
Yeah, well,
not
you'd
swap,
have to put his
but-
lightsaber... Yeah.
different, you know.
Yoda's lightsaber is nowhere
Yoda's
on his
lightsaber
Yoda's
is just
lightsaber
Yoda sitting
card.
Sitting on the
Just
chair.
him sitting in a chair.
Yeah.
I'm not... I could see her... Because, like, even 7 cost leaders we've seen have struggled to make a play in the meta. I'm just, like, excited about her. I think of these Force decks, even if you stay common base, like, she's just going to vomit out the Force token, and you're just going to be able to have constantly power effects. So,
Yeah.
that's what I like.
It also feels bad, though, because, like, it's not guaranteed on turn 7 that you're going to get her deployed, which kind of stinks.
Yeah, if your hand's a little clunky, it definitely
It's like, then you got to wait another turn. It's like, okay, now you're pushing you, and it's... The whole point of, like, competitive decks are they're consistent, and then her ability makes it not consistent.
Yeah, she feels very much like a gamble to play, right?
Yeah.
And I think that inconsistency is what's going to hurt her the most.
Think about how crazy Koth is with her. If you go into 7 resources with the Force, and then you trade him into something, you use the Force, you put him in a resource, you're at 8 resources, and you've used the Force once.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
And then
she deploys.
you got to make sure
And then
that
you
the
exhaust her.
moon is at a 45-degree angle.
Wait,
Okay.
bro, going into a round with a 5-4 ain't that crazy. It's not that stars align.
All right,
Okay.
here's let me cook real quick. So you have a Eth Koth on the board, right? You swing him into
Who's
something.
Eth Koth?
That's why Flock's like the stars have to align. It's not even a card in the game.
You're making this card up, coach. You have an Eth Koth on the board. You
Yeah.
timely intervention the Eth Koth to kill the Eth Koth. Use the Force to... You already have the Force, right? Use the Force to put him into resources. Run Eth Koth, new Eth Koth,
Yep.
into something else that kills
Get the
it.
Force because you've
Get the
common
Force,
base.
yeah. And then you've double ramped and used the Force twice, so
Yep.
you could get her out on 5.
There you go.
It's easy, folks. It's just that simple.
So easy.
Yeah, no, I don't like her. I'm gonna play with her, but I don't like her. I think she's whack. She's cool, very cool design space, but I'm I'm not sold. She's gonna be top tier. I'm gonna be wrong. It'll be fine. I don't care.
So where am I putting her?
Where did you say? Oh, what do we have? I said C minus. Flock said B. You said A plus.
I just said A. I don't even know if she's amazing, but I think she's better than like Kanan, Kylo, and Snoke.
I was gonna say top of B.
Top of B it is.
Cool.
I'll take the L on that one.
And also, we can adjust because there might be a chance we just have a crap ton of B.
I was gonna say,
Like
this set feels like very much there's a lot of B leaders. You know.
Yeah, it doesn't feel necessarily amazing for that. All right. Next up, we got Ubi Dooby Kenobi. Action, and that's his actual name, trust me. Action, exhaust, use the Force, give an experience token to a unit without an experience token on it. Epic action, if you control 5 or more, deploy him as a 3/6 Force Jedi Republic. On attack, you may give an experience token to another unit without an experience token on it. 3, 2, 1. And I'm doing the same thing with Talzin. I like how you can see. I think he's great. I mean, I was definitely, when we talked about him in spoilers, I was concerned about 3/6 at 5. Like,
Yeah.
again, I don't think that's an amazing stat line for it. I think it's passable. But he has been insane. I have absolutely loved like every game I've been playing with him. I've tried yellow, I've been in blue, and just like, yeah, his ability just gets off so easily. He's in green, which is a great color to be in already.
Mm-hmm.
It feels bad that you can't run ECL, but because you want a Force base, it's really not that big of a downside with him. Or Data Vault, whatever way you wanted to go with him, if you wanted to go aggro or more mid-range. So, yeah, I mean, I've just been loving him. I mean, like we mentioned, all the new green heroes we got on top of old things, just like General's Blade. Then we've even gotten Maz Kanata, who is a very good Force synergy type deck. So, I've been a big fan.
Yeah. I think his abilities are easy to get off just because once you start to put experience tokens on there, whatever that unit is, it's already going to be targeted. So finding a unit without an experience token is not going to be hard. You put one on it, they're automatically going to try to kill that one. You play another unit and then and it doesn't cost a resource, just a Force token. So if you got Force units, you'll be generating and hopefully a lot, and just start throwing on every unit you see. So everything you play basically, you can think about as being +1/+1.
Mm-hmm.
What else can I say?
What else?
Y'all already so elegantly said everything I wanted to say. He's cool. He's and Obi-Wan Kenobi armor, General Kenobi.
I'm very excited for this showcase.
My
very,
God,
very
I
excited.
can't. This showcase is gonna be crisp,
We'll see.
mint. Trick or treat.
So what? Both you guys said A, I said S.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll do it. This pains me, just so you know, seeing Talzin and
Put her-
Obi-Wan separated, because they're probably my two.
Put her up.
No.
Put him
We
up.
can put her in S.
Put him
No,
up.
No. I like this actually better.
That's what. Yeah, I figured Flock.
We'll put him up later if we
1-1-4-1-1.
have to. It's good where it is now.
Flock's gonna vote B for the next one. He's gonna vote B for every single one.
Oh, he knows it.
No, I think he's one of the going into Galactics, like he's one I'm legitimately being like, how far can we go with him? I don't know. I've been crushing random stuff with it, but that doesn't actually really mean anything. I haven't tested it into like Sabine or whatever. All right, next one we got Darth Maul. Action, exhaust, use the Force, deal 1 damage to a unit and 1 damage to a different unit. So if you have a unit and they only have 1 unit, you got to deal damage to yourself. Deploys at 6 as a 5/6 Force Sith on attack. Same thing, deal 1 damage to a unit and 1 damage to a different unit. Reveal in 3, 2, 1. C.
Wow.
Who
I'm
had
a
C+?
Maul denier.
You-
I did. I'm a Maul denier though. Like
since you had the one that was different, Brian, above or below Morgan?
I say below.
Below,
I agree.
sure.
I say below. I think which contradicts my opinion on Morgan Elsbeth, but that's fine. I think that Maul's worse now that I'm thinking about it. I'd probably go see. I'm just the Maul denier. I think that I don't even know. He just doesn't do much. Exactly, like that's all I got. He just doesn't do anything.
My favorite part about him is his lightsaber. Like that's
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that's it.
I think that legendary Maul unit is better than him.
yeah. I mean, the ability sounds good, but having to do since it's an and if you have a unit out, you have to deal damage to your own unit, or even him if you do the on attack, and he's the only unit you have. So, yeah, that's why I just don't like it. It's just how many times do they have 2 units on the board at all times? Especially if you're constantly doing 1 damage and another damage, they're not sticking that long. So.
Yeah,
what's
it's
the
like
stats on his lightsaber again?
it's hard to read. It's +4/+2. When played, if it's Maul, you can attack with him. For this attack, he gains Overwhelm, and can't attack bases.
Lame.
I mean, that's, you deploy him, you play that. He attacks for
9/8.
9
Yeah.
and Overwhelm, so you can ping 1 into the thing. So it's like an extra damage to base essentially with his on attack. Yeah. I mean, it's just I do think with this meta, we might, if Force and Set 5 has an impact, we might see more units stick around because we've seen so many more like beefed up. Like we're seeing more 2/4s and more 3/5s. So it's like by that there might be, but yeah, like if you're pinging it and killing it, like depending on how they play their units, like it could just be weird. And even in the demo game that they did for the starter decks, spotlight decks, there was like instances where it was John playing Maul.
Yeah, I think so.
And MJ was playing Qui-Gon? Or was
Yes.
it Joe? I forget who exactly played.
Yeah.
But whoever was playing Maul did ping themselves at least twice, like their own units. And even Maul, one of them.
Yeah, it feels bad.
Yeah. And six, I love, it's cool that he has 5 attack, but man, like 6 health is just so suspect at 6 resources.
That's why I was hoping that Maul's lightsaber gave him a little more health. Just because if you're throwing him at things, like, you want him to survive a couple of hits at least, you know?
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
he
it's
just
weird.
doesn't.
Maul takes a lot in, like, the universe.
Right?
Bro
just fell down the
Bro
whole
just
thing, cut in
doesn't
half.
die. and it's
His
like in this
hatred kept
game,
him
it feels
going.
like, yeah, you're going to die, son, you know?
That's
Yeah.
me Monday morning at work.
All
My
right.
hatred keeps me going.
My hatred keeps me going. Next up, we got Third Sister, Aggression, Villainy, Action, Exhaust, Plague unit from your hand. It gains Hidden for this phase. Deploys at 5 resources as a 5/4 Force Imperial Inquisitor. She herself has Hidden, but then on attack, the next unit you play this phase has Hidden. Three, 2, 1. This is our biggest discrepancy yet, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Biggest
Who's
one
going
yet.
first?
Who?
You or me, Jack?
Do you want it or do you want me to?
Well, I'm going to say something, and then... you're
I
just
feel
gonna
like
be
the masses don't
well,
want me to
actually-
influence you. I feel like you should go.
Yeah, you should
Yeah,
go
I should go first, because you will influence me. All right. So, my thought process on this is, what have you learned of a 5-drop with 4 health? Poopy. That's first thing. Second, I don't really care about the hidden. Yeah, it's a good keyword, but most of the time with leaders, you're not going to deploy if you know you're just going to get instantly killed. So the hidden kind of is useless in most cases. So it's like literally a unit on 5 is sustainable to a lot of spells. I can just kill her, which is what I don't like. Yeah, you talk about don't give preference on a leader based on like spells, but like there's a lot now and a lot easy to get. So I feel like she'll just get blown up as soon as she drops.
Counterpoint. You're wrong. You're dumb. I hate it. You're silly. I'm just kidding.
Oh, it makes sense. I believe you. Yeah. Hey.
Okay. Yeah,
I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that. That you're talking sense now.
No, I get the reservation of 5/4, but to me, I think just overall better traits and better ability. Like hidden is actually, I think, a little better than I initially realized, because think about it. Sometimes as an aggro deck, when your opponent starts to turn the corner, it's like hard to play unit because they have bigger units than you that are like able to attack. So if you can give them hidden, it makes it so your opponent might have to claim early so they can get the attack in and things like that. Like, it just creates awkward scenarios for that.
Yeah.
And also, it feels worse when my leader dies to another unit as compared to, like, if she gets takedown, but I develop my board with a 3 and a 2, or, you know, a 5 or whatever it might be, and they take down her, I feel okay with that, or, you know, whatever. But I am going to feel bad, or it feels worse if I deploy all these 5-cost leaders we were talking about with 6 health, who they just get Plo Kooned, or they, you know, ECL'd whatever, or they played like a 5-drop that swings. You know, I would feel worse if this was with 5-4, it was IG, and they played K2SO on the 4 resource turn, and then they just left him sitting there waiting for me to deploy my leader.
IG88 mentioned?
IG88 mentioned. Yeah, just direct comparison, because 5-5-4.
Yeah.
But so I do think hidden matters a lot more than we might realize, just because those scenarios where they do a unit and like survive. I know K2 doesn't, but it's like then they do 3 to base.
Yeah.
And it can change the math of things. But yeah, I just think hidden actually can matter a lot more. Yeah, it'll still feel bad in a control decks, but if they're holding up resources and you're able to play out your hand, you're kind of going to be okay with that.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I think.
And she's in all the red stuff, Flock. Force Throw, Fallen, Force Lightning.
No.
She's already in red. Play whatever color you want, baby.
No, I don't like it. I just don't like it. I just don't like it. I don't know why. I just don't like it.
I think hidden requires an answer, which I like. It like Jack said, if you play a unit that's has enough pressure with hidden, your opponent's in a bad spot. Like, they need to have an answer for that, and that is probably going to be the entirety of their turn. Is just responding to your units.
I will say it is very nice that it's, you know, the pay anything. You just play a unit and it gets hidden. I do like that about that card.
And there's funny interactions in that her leader side this doesn't apply to, but on her unit side, the on attack is the next unit you play this phase gains hidden. So it doesn't go away. So it works with things like Dooku, where Dooku says all your hidden units can't be attacked. So even if you play something at 5 resources after she attacked, and then you play Dooku the next round, that thing also then can't be attacked again. Whereas that doesn't work on her leader side because her leader side explicitly says for this phase, but her unit side does not.
I have a question, though.
Probably an answer?
Yes. If a unit has Sentinel and you give it hidden, what happens?
You can attack it.
You can attack it.
Yep.
Okay. Because you have to be able to attack a unit with Sentinel.
Yeah,
Okay.
they don't want like a lockout type situation.
That makes sense. Okay, cool.
It literally says it on the text.
I don't read. I just want Jack to tell me
It
so
says
I don't
it
have to
can't
read.
be attacked for this phase unless it has Sentinel.
Does it really say that?
Yes,
it
it
does.
does.
It actually does say that.
It literally says it word for word, my little friend.
So where I said A, what did you get? Where is she going? We were all over for this.
I put D.
I said B. I could see her. In
I said
between-
we put her in A.
Okay. I was gonna say between Kylo and Kanan.
Because now it's
but-
even. It looks like an X-wing.
Okay.
I don't
nope,
think
care
she's
about
A.
that. Nope, we're going. We're going down there. If that's Flock's reasoning, we're
That was literally my reasoning.
all right. Next up, we've got
Yay.
Kit Fisto. Aggression, heroism, action, pay 1, exhaust. If you attacked with a Jedi unit this phase, deal 2 damage to a unit. Epic action comes out at 5 as a 1/6 Force Jedi Republic. Has Saboteur, and this unit gets +1 for each other friendly Jedi unit. Reveal in 3, 2, 1. Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Hey,
I'm
yo.
the lowest on him.
Hey, yo.
And I was the hypest of them.
You are the hypest stuff.
Yeah, sometimes it just became a liability to not have real
A big
pressure
underflip.
when I deploy. I almost hated deploying because I missed being able to pay 1 to deal 2. I do think he's better than everybody's initial reactions who said D tier, F tier, like, terrible. But, like, I do see he's going to be a deck that struggles into, like, Quinlan, Tarkentown, Cad Bane, Tarkentown. I think he'll struggle into stuff like Anakin. Like things that can easily trade up into your units before they attack, I think will be where Kit Fisto will really, really struggle in. Especially when they're playing units doing that, right? If it's control, I could, you can sideboard in some hate cards for that, for hand hate especially. He's already in red, K2SO, pillage, force throw, etc. But red has been really good so far for me too. I mean, Adigalia, Jedi Knight, Kiadi-Mundi, Mace Windu, have all been insane cards. Rey, not sure so much in Kit Fisto. Not opposed to it, but she just doesn't feel as she'll be insane in Yoda. I absolutely think she's a 3 of there, but I haven't had the chance to play with her in
My
Kit Fisto.
Yoda Red, it's coming back, baby.
Did I tell you about the game that I played? Oh yeah, I posted in our Discord about it.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I played against a Yoda. He played 3PO, called 5, hit Rey. First action, right? So he never did Yoda's ability. We go to the next phase. Nothing else happens. He goes first. First action, attack with C-3PO, calls 5, hits Rey again. Cool game. That was fun. Anyways. So what? I said B+, you guys said A and S?
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's worse than Obi-Wan, would be my...
I just say get fisted once, and you'll see the light. That's
You-
all I'm saying.
you
I was a big
experienced it.
denier. I was a big denier, and then I got fisted, and
Oh, gosh, we're bringing this back. Oh, no.
we're bringing it back. Del Fist.
They want to
Kit
kiss,
Fist.
baby.
Pay 1 to fist.
Yeah.
It's really bad. It is a very control-y. I think if you can protect yourself really well, that the deck, there are no breaks on the fist train. So you are going to have a bad time, and it scares me.
Yeah, and I was playing blue, and it's just the top end of blue is just it becomes so many 2-for-1s in it, going Kiadi-Mundi to draw 2 cards, and then then do a 2 and a 3 at the 5 drop, but then 6 you can go either Mace or Anakin, and the next turn you can go Luke Skywalker, and then you just have really great removal spells with Force Throw, Sorcerer's Blast, Shatterpoint. There's all these just really good cards that can go into the deck. And then red blue is just super grindy. You could put crates in for control. You could put pillage. You can bring Tex in. There's a lot of ways that you can go. I cooled on him a little bit by just hitting a wall into those Tarkentown decks or Anakin decks that just get a unit on the board and prevent me from having any. The ones I could deal with a little bit more of the hard control. Not saying they're easy for him, but it's easier to deal if they just take down or power the dark side. I can live with that. It's harder when they can 2-for-1 me with a unit. And the Saboteur has been a little bit relevant. Even if I don't kill something with it, sometimes just knocking the shield off so it can't get easy trades on me is very nice. And I don't mind just bringing out Kit Fisto, attacking for 3 into something, making a good trade, and then having him die and going back to his leader side so I can continue to pay 1 to fist. I'm in.
Oh, gosh.
I'm in.
You're in? You're into the fisting? Yeah.
Yeah. Next up. Any other thoughts on him?
No.
I think I've said my piece. I want the showcase.
I'm
all
very
the
excited to
showcases,
see that
Brian.
showcase.
There are some showcases I could live without this set, TBH.
Bro, honestly,
You're giving me
that could be
Talzin,
another
by the way.
topic. But I
I'm
love
not.
everybody
Yes,
except
you are.
Morgan, I think, will be the one that I'm just yeah, whatever.
You're good.
I'm not. You think I'm giving anyone showcases?
I'll pay you for it, but if you
No.
pull a Talzin, I'm
I have
getting
Talzin.
it. I am getting it.
All right. Next one, our last aggression leader is Rey. Oh man, we still got a bunch of leaders. We're in an hour.
Jack, you don't even have to read this one.
Yeah. This is, D for me. Action,
Oh,
exhaust. If you
snap.
played a non.
Do you wanna see what I've
card this
you wanna see
phase,
what I've-
deal
Yes.
1 damage to a unit. What did he say? Did he put A?
I like her. At first, I was I kind of don't hate her.
That's
Let me action exhaust. If you played a non-unit force card this phase, deal 1 damage to a unit. Deploys at 7 as a 6/8 force resistance. When deployed, you may discard your hand. If you do, draw 2 cards. Flock.
Hear me out. Hear me out. I get
will
it.
not.
The first thing you're saying is you have a force freaking unit that you can't use force throw because you're not going to be able to play force units. Got it. I get it. Ignore that part. Now.
Well, you can. Yeah.
now. Oh wait, no, never mind. I changed my mind.
What was you finish it? Finish it out. Commit to the bit.
I forgot that she was red. I was gonna say she worked great with Tarkentown. And then I saw she was red.
Flock's going to play Mono Red Ray, S tier. Get
Mono
ready,
Red
Galactics,
Ray,
if you
let's
pair him
go.
round 1. He's
was
not
like-
going to be able to get the Force.
Oh.
He's going to play Target down.
She
Oh yeah,
has
it
an
has to be the
accurate-
Force. Oh, true.
No. Hers is just an action. It's just if
yeah.
you play
Oh yeah,
non-
so you don't have to. You don't have to. Yeah.
she's
And
a
that counts
very
like pilots
accurate-
and too. Just so you know.
Mhm.
Accurate title. She is nobody.
She is nobody. Yeah.
This leader
Dude, and
is
I love
nobody.
this artwork. It's a shame, man.
Yeah, I think the showcase will be fire. You pull it, it's just sad.
Actually,
though, you know?
that sword. Whew.
And 7?
Yeah, 7
I don't
deploy
hate
on
it.
this, and to draw two draw
On the
two
deploy-
cards.
You just
discard your
deploy.
hand.
You just deploy right away, and you draw 2 cards, and you have 7 resources. Like I think that's
That
great.
you may discard your hand if you do draw 2
Hand.
cards. I
Wait,
can't
wait,
go into
what?
the round with 6 cards and then draw 2 more.
You may Oh, I didn't see. You may discard your hand.
Yeah, all right, this tracks. Flock A tier because he
Holy.
didn't read a single word on
Yeah, I literally didn't read or see the color or anything. Okay, yeah, all right, we'll do.
I didn't read the
I'll
specific
change it.
color. Did you just say I didn't read the specific color?
Yeah, I gotta read the color, dude.
He did get the color wrong because it was like target down.
I was like Target down. Oh wait, she's red. Okay, never mind.
Please.
Next up, we have our first
Please.
cunning card, Barris. Offie? How do you say your last? Offie?
Coffee. Coffee table.
Barris Coffee.
Barris
It's
Coffee
Barris
table?
Barista.
Ophie.
Jim
Ophie.
from Unplayable. Coffee Barista. Action. Exhaust. Use the Force. Play an event from your hand. It costs 1 less. Epic action. If you control 6 or more, you may deploy this leader as a 4/7 action. When she's flipped, she just has an action. Use the Force. Play an event from your hand. It costs
Action.
1 less. So
Action.
action. So you can do it as many times as you want on her unit side, as long as you can have the Force to pay for it. 3, 2, 1.
Oh shoot! Sorry.
A B.
Bah.
All right.
Bah.
So this is my first time reading her, or having it read to me, I should say.
That's fair. She was
Uh,
one of the last 4, right?
but
Yeah, she was.
I kind of like this. So I mean, just thinking about some of
You were the lowest rating.
some of the good decks. That was a quick thing. That you went really quick. I'm still processing this all.
I was
Anyway.
still on the word Barris.
I'm still
Check
processing.
back tomorrow.
Yes.
He might get it.
Flock was still calling her mommy, looking at the artwork.
Yo. Okay.
Mommy Offie? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Barris Alfie. How do you say that? You say it, mommy.
Yeah, sure.
Anyway, getting back on topic, I kind of like it because if you think about like any of the decks, like playing stuff like Jabba is very, very, very strong. Being able to play units or play events that cost less, make it very good. And I think we can already tell that like getting the Force token in Force token decks is going to be pretty easy. So yeah, literally all your events in your hand are going to cost theoretically 1 less. I think it's fantastic, bro. Force
Theoretically,
throw
it
for
will
literally
cost 1 less.
what?
There's no theoretically. It just will cost 1
Yeah,
less.
but every event theoretically costs 1 less, like because you're getting the Force token a lot. Force throw for nothing, like it just changes the math on a lot of the stuff. Oh, you have 2 resources left. Oh, but like you could play a 3-cost event. Like I think some of the mind games you can play with this deck could be very good with your abilities. or
And yellow's
events.
already in a color that has just some really good events.
Oh, yeah.
Like even just like discounting like
Imagine
sneak
even having a
attack.
Jabba. Imagine even having a Jabba with that costs 2 less.
Yep.
Like a trick. So I think it's good.
Oh wait, no, it'd be.
That'd be a
They're
trick.
two, I was gonna say Bib, Jabba, and her, but she's like Bib and Jabba, or Bib and her are both actions, so you can't say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But like I think there's some cool plays. I think she's a little bit better. The B was a quick thing. I could probably go higher, but yeah, I kind of like her.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I like her a lot.
Mm-hmm.
4/7 is fine at 6, not amazing, but I
Mhm.
think her ability is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there are a bunch of events that I just flat out haven't read yet. So
Yeah,
I
it's like
can
not only
imagine
have I
that-
not fully processed the set 5
Yeah.
events, but I'm like still trying to think in my mind like just all, even like just the yellow ones, like no good to be dead for 1, sneak attack for
Mhm.
1, like there's a lot of things. With sneak attack
Yeah.
also lets you then play something bigger too. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I just think the mental game of like, oh, you have this many resources. Oh, but you potentially could play so many more cards can ruin, especially a higher competitive level.
Yep.
Conning
gameplay.
for 3 if you want to mono her.
Yeah.
That's
Why not?
nasty. Yeah.
It's a decent
why
starting point. Cunning for 3 sounds great.
Why not?
not? Yeah. Great.
Not on curve.
No.
Maybe,
not.
maybe if the board state.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But later on, yeah. Really cool.
All right, next up, we have Grand Inquisitor. Action, he's cunning villainy. Action, exhaust, use the force, attack with a friendly unit. The defender gets -2 for this attack. Deploys at 5 as a 3/5 force Imperial Inquisitor. Shielded on attack. The defender gets -2 for this attack. -2, -0 for this attack. Reveal in 3.
Hold on.
2, 1. Fuck. That was best move around. Was that C?
I had D and I changed it.
The plus is because it's better than Jin.
That's exactly the reason I changed my reading, because he is
Better than
Jin,
Jin.
right? So, but like, he's not better than Jin. Actually, I'm going back to D. Yeah, shut up, fucking. He's not better than Jin.
I think it's better than Jin. What are you talking about?
I don't think she's better.
Yeah, we're also like clearing the absolute lowest bar. Like,
Yeah, it doesn't even matter. It's irrelevant. She's bottom tier. He's bottom tier. God, I have to look at Jin's stats too. It doesn't matter. That's not comparative.
Yeah, we're
He's bad. D tier. We don't need to say anything about it, honestly.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not excited for
Yep.
it. This
Yeah.
this is karma from Django and Boba being so good.
Yep.
All right, on to our cunning heroism. We have Cal Kestis. Action, exhaust, use the force. An opponent chooses a ready unit they control. Exhaust that unit. Comes out at 4 resources as a 3/4 force fringe. On attack, an opponent chooses a ready unit they control. Exhaust that unit. Reveal in 3, 2, 1. C, C plus, was it B plus? You keep holding it over
Yeah.
your name, so I can't see.
Oh, my name.
Yeah.
My name's here. On
That's
the,
funny.
On the
Yeah,
preview.
for me it's in
Over here.
I just hate that your opponent picks, and I hate that he has 4 health, even though he's coming out on 4.
Yeah, I just don't like that it's an aggro deck, but it's controlling. I don't know. That kind of bothers me.
It's tempo.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah. But like if your opponent, it's just the one good thing is like when you're aggro, you're usually good against control. Well, control is not playing any units, so they don't really care. So it's actually worse than the control, which is supposed to be like better in the control for aggro. So
I love
do
listening
you
to you
mean,
talk
no?
sometimes.
what does villain do? They take the initiative and they play Power of the Dark Side, like their first play. Like
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah, but
So they
like
have
the
no
only
units to
leader
exhaust.
that's good in like is
And
Sabine.
okay,
Like,
you're- and
Sabine's
then-
the only one that can still pick damage.
And they're maybe gonna have a Sentinel unit, but I don't care if you exhaust my Sentinel unit; it still has Sentinel. So I don't know. I feel like it's an aggro deck trying to go into control, and I don't like it. Like, or it's worse than control, and I don't like it. So it should be good in the control.
I think he's fun.
I mean, there's applications like they play generally fewer units, so you're going to be more likely to exhaust them. Like, yeah, if you exhaust their Pike Sentinel, right, that's going to feel terrible, right? The fact that they get to
Yeah.
pick, so if they have 2 units, this ability is generally terrible if one of them's a Sentinel, right? I agree that I don't think it's good, right? I had them C tier, but there's if they just blank deploy Kira, hoping to OB. Right, yeah, they'll probably still get the OB off, but then you could exhaust her potentially, so then
Yeah.
she's not hitting another unit for 6 or something along those lines. Like, there's scenarios like that, but yeah, I mean, you're not. There's gonna be no argument for me that you're like Sabine is a million times better, and I totally agree. If he was a 3/5 though, I would at least be more interested. 4 for 4 health, just like dies to a stiff breeze, even at 4 resources.
True.
Yeah, even if he was like shielded or something.
Yeah, 3/4 shield. I mean, like that might even be maybe too good, but it's just like,
Yeah.
give me 1 extra health. Just give me 1 more.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I'm
where do
converted.
we put
I was
him?
gonna say I liked him just because like exhausting is good, but the choice does take things away. If you can kind of control things better, like I don't know, he could be good if you take away your opponent's choices.
And hey, maybe we're all wrong. Everybody slept on Akbar, but Akbar did get to pick what he exhausted, and also he could exhaust himself to get a token that which opened, which is really how he's played, especially early game. So it's a little different. But yeah, like if you can exhaust and like bounce and do things and stuff, it's certainly interesting. But Yeah, he doesn't seem it. Because if you're just exhausting everything, eventually they're going to have more than one unit.
Wait, you can exhaust your own units? That was a
And
joke.
not with Cal. I'm talking with
I was talking
Akbar.
about Akbar, and I was joking about Akbar. I'm sorry. It was a joke.
Was it?
Sure,
joke.
buddy.
You said
Poor
you didn't
joke.
know a
Poor
card.
joke.
I don't know if that's a joke.
I don't know new cards. I know old cards, obviously.
No, you don't.
Oh, shut
What
up.
does they do?
That's a lie.
Psh, I never lie.
You literally start every argument with, "Oh, what's that card from the first set that does?" Anyway, go
Gideon
ahead.
Ask. What's his name?
Jin. Cunning, heroism, action, exhaust, use the force. Return a friendly non-leader unit to its owner's hand. Play a non-villainy unit that costs less than the returned unit from your hand for free. Deploys at 6 resources as a 4/7 Force Jedi Republic. When this unit completes an attack, same thing.
Ooh. Was that on 6? 4, 7.
3, 2, 1. Ba-da-da-da-da. See, I'm gonna snap put him there, but I also think Obi-Wan should be an S, so that's my stipulation. But yeah, I think Qui-Gon seems pretty good. I don't know where he's gonna be best at, but it's just like his ability just seems like crazy good when you think of all like the when plates and stuff like that, and then even like being able to do things like sneak attack in something, do the thing with it, attack, and then bounce it back to your hand, and then play something that's technically on curve. You know what I mean?
That's pretty cool.
Like things like that seem pretty nasty. And then even like Ahsoka is a unit, the 4-cost one, 3/5 discarded card from hand. It's like if you're able to get like multiple plays of bouncing her and like playing a 5-drop, bouncing that, playing her again, like it's gonna be obnoxious. I promise you.
Yeah, Qui-Gon's gonna be kind of annoying to play against, honestly.
And I could see him out of the gate being regarded as terrible and not doing well at locals and stuff, because I feel like he's just going to need to be tinkered with and figure out what his best build is. But I could see him being like, oh, the people at my local store always show up with him and he does terrible. I agree that could probably happen. But I think he'll get better over time as people just build him better.
Yeah. I just thought of something pretty cool. You could play something like he's yellows. You could play like, now there are 2 of them. Play something way ahead of the curve and then pull it back and then play something slightly better too. Like one played. So that seems pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, now they're doing pretty dope. Actually, I might be doing that. I like now there are 2 of them. That's going to be my new Talzin and Qui-Gon now, or is my deck.
There you go.
My decks. I like that.
I could see him being a high skill ceiling deck.
Yeah, knowing when to bounce.
Timings and when to pull, when to, you know.
And I could do
that's
high
huge.
ceiling.
Sure can,
Leaders.
buddy. How do you smuggle?
So you see.
We got 2 more. We got Darth. Any other thoughts, I guess, on Qui-Gon? I feel like we were all on the same page, didn't we?
Neato, completo.
Darth Revan, just villainy. When a friendly unit attacks and defeats a unit, you may exhaust this leader. If you do, give an experience token to that friendly unit. Comes out at 5 as a 3/6 Force Sith. Has Restore 1, and same thing. When a friendly unit attacks and defeats a unit, you may give an experience token to that friendly unit. 3, 2, 1. CCB. Yeah, I mean, I think he's just fine. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know. Part of me feels like he's maybe better than, like,
Yeah.
Snoke. But I
I
feel
mean,
like I'm all, like, splitting hairs when I get around that and stuff.
We've
but
kind of already seen it a lot of times where, like, even with units that have this ability built into them, they don't really last that long. They're not really that impactful.
I mean,
So-
Gideon, I mean, you mentioned Gideon earlier. He wins games.
I mean, Gideon is because that's how many units die in a time period. You can get multiple, where all the ones that get 1, like just think of the 3-cost green villain ones that when they survive they get 1. Like, how many times have you actually gotten that off? Like, not a lot.
Are you referring to a phase dark?
Yeah, the Sentinel one. Yeah.
Well, that now I can play a unit with whatever stats I want. The phase 3 was an
Yeah.
issue because it was a 3/3 and died to
Everything.
Yeah.
everything.
But I'm just saying, like,
A
a lot
stiff
of those
breeze.
units don't really last. Now you have a villain built around it. I don't know.
I have been optimistically enjoying yellow with him because there's more ambush and like more tricks to things, right? Running like shoot firsts,
Mm-hmm.
and then even like
I guess ambush would be nice, yeah, because you could just ambush, kill something, and then
Yeah, so
Give
it's
it an
like
experience,
Forlom's
now
really
it's a little bit
great.
higher.
Bosca's really great for that. Like those are kind of the things where my
Yeah.
mind is going with
no, I
him.
can see that.
I mean, you could go green and have like timelies and stuff, and I know like Villain has some ambush with like Maul and Vader
Mhm.
and stuff too, which could be like Vader ambushing and killing something and getting an experience is
Yeah,
pretty good.
that's pretty good.
And he gets Darth Malak tied to him as well.
Yeah. The one thing I will say about him is like Darth Revan's, at least it's an instant thing. It's not an action. So it's one of the things that makes like
Yeah.
Boba so good,
Yeah.
Jango so good. Quinlan is like it's an action or an ability that happens as it happens. It's not an action. So those are always generally just better. Period.
So what do we C above Cal, B at the bottom?
I'd do B at the bottom.
Cool. Do you have any thoughts on him, Brian?
I think he's just underwhelming to me personally. I can see the lines you're talking about as far as ambushing in and then kind of buffing your units as you go. He just doesn't really excite me. Plus, you're starting on a deficit because you're pretty much just mono without the added benefits of being mono.
Yeah, no cunning, no
So,
cantina bouncer,
yeah.
etc.
So anything you play, you're paying the aspect penalty, and like I don't know. Sometimes I guess you don't need it all the time, but like. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure that he can be good. Like, I'm having a hard time seeing the vision with him, but I can see the vision with the next one.
Yeah. In the next
like,
one.
Like, despite him having the same aspect deficit, I can see him being interesting and quite good. Whereas Revan, I'm kind of meh.
Yeah.
You know?
All right. Then yeah, last one we got is Anakin Skywalker. Just heroism, action, exhaust, use the Force. Play a villainy non-unit card from your hand, ignoring its aspect penalties. Epic action flips at 5 as a 4/6 Force Jedi Republic action. Use the Force. Play a villainy non-unit card from your hand, ignoring its aspect penalties. Oh, did I? What did I say with? I feel like I said something dumb earlier, mixing up Anakin. I think and Barris's ability. I think I said like something about pilots for Barris, but I was thinking of Anakin because Barris says event, whereas Anakin just says non.
Oh, the event.
A villainy non-unit, so like you could play a villain upgrade, which is a pilot. So I think I said that for Barris. As I was reading that, I was like, I'm pretty sure I already made this point, and there's only one leader who I can make this point with. But all right, 3, 2, 1. B+, B+, and a C. C.
Go ahead, Flock.
Oh, my reason C is because it makes the thing even, more even.
Jeez.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're ignoring that take. He's gonna go ahead and be B+.
Okay.
So I'm going to talk because I think Flock is silly goose. I see the vision for this one because you can get the best out of both worlds for blue. I think is what I want to do with him. You've got all the good villain removal you can use in both. Oh, not really. I mean, I think that blue hero suffers from a lack of good mitigation, whereas blue villain is like nutty.
Well, keep in mind, you can splash. You could be blue. You could pair him with blue and still play Overwhelming Barrage without its aspect.
True. Yeah.
Like you're not just like the villain cards can be whatever color because the aspect gets ignored.
Oh, both get ignored.
Yeah, it's a play a villainy
its
non-unit
aspect
card from your
penalties.
hand, ignoring its aspect penalties.
Oh, okay. I understand now.
Blue.
Yeah, so
I
that's
still
cool.
like blue. I mean, I still like blue. Right? Luke is I
Luke.
think there's some good top ends.
New Anakin can get both a -6 into a -6 from
Yeah,
6 and
-6
7.
into a
Like,
-6 will be nasty.
that's ridiculous and disgusting. So I think that he has a lot of potential. I also think this is going to be one of those high skill ceiling decks where you need to know timing is everything. And I think that is a really interesting idea to me. Interesting and fun way to play the deck.
Yeah, I guess my first thing is I'm worried about is just you're going to want to have those non-villainy cards in your deck, but unless you're constantly generating the force token, which is pretty easy, but if you have no units, sometimes it can be tough to actually get the force token unit to actually play them cheaper. So I'm just worried about having a hand where you can't play anything because you don't have the force token. That's all.
Well, I mean, that's another thing where like the deck building has to be.
Yeah.
That's another part of why I think this
it's
is
clearly not going
higher
to be all
skill
villainy
ceiling.
units or non-villainy units. It's going to be a mix smash. But like that's where I'm going. Where I sit there like, oh, I have a sweet play, and I was going to get the force token, didn't get it. Now my entire hand's dead, going on 6 resources, whatever.
I think it will be easier to get the force token than.
Yeah, I hope so. No, it'll be easy to get the force token. I feel like, but a lot of times the easiest one's going to be the one where you have force unit, and every time they attack, they get it. But if you don't have
also,
units on
like,
the board,
But think about this though. You hold that force token, right? It's not like it's going away until you use it.
yeah,
So I mean, if you have some,
It depends
I
how
think
else
the
you're
setup-
using it. Yeah.
yeah,
yeah. I mean, I think the setup is much easier than we
for sure.
are anticipating it to be. At least I think so. I could be totally off base with that one, but
Yeah.
you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
It is crazy that, anytime you play Anakin, you need to be worried about Power of the Dark Side. You need to be worried about Overwhelming Barrage. You need
Brutal.
to be worried about...
That's brutal.
Which is amazing. And he
don't
comes out on 5. 5 is a 4/6. Like,
Yeah, you can deploy him in Overwhelming Barrage.
yeah, that's sick. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah. Although
Crazy.
his is just an action on his leader stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not non-tech.
Which is totally fine.
Cool.
He is also one of my most anticipated for the set. Just
Yeah,
off
he's a
of
lot
my-
more exciting than
my initial read this weekend.
Revan is the counterpoint. I think his
Yeah.
ability, like Revan to me is just like he's value, it's fine, but like super super boring and just like
I wish Revan was a Chancellor Palpatine flip kind of situation,
oh yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah,
because he's not always.
depends how you play the game.
Yeah,
All right, cool. How we feeling? Any last minute adjustments?
that's a big B. That's a big B tier.
Big B.
But I think that's
I
fine.
am very optimistic about this set. Like, I think it's gonna be fun. I think this is gonna be a fun limited set with just the leaders. Looking at the leaders, reading them all. I don't look at any of them and say like in limited like they're useless. I still feel like all of them could be good in limited. So drafts can be fun.
Hasn't every set basically been that?
No,
No, really.
I didn't like the last set for the leaders.
What?
There was too many really good ones and then too many really bad ones. I don't know.
I thought last set was phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean,
I
set,
love
that
set
Vader-
3 was definitely like
That Vader one I had was so good. Oh my gosh, dude. Brian still has nightmares. Well, my
Yeah, that was fine.
18.
just play War Juggernaut. What's the issue?
I
Yeah,
would love
Brian,
to
play
if I
War
found it.
Juggernaut. Draft it next
Yeah,
time.
I mean, I guess set 4 like has the bomb of Luke. Set 3 had like Anakin.
Yeah.
Like, there's definitely some really good ones.
Here are my potential changes that I propose to this list. I think Obi moves up. I think Rey moves down. I think she's the worst in the set, me personally. I think Revan moves above Cal.
Revan is above Cal.
Like in C tier.
Oh, yeah, down here.
Down there. And I think that Anakin might be like low A tier. And I would swap Kanan with Ivar. Ivar? That's just me personally.
How you feel about this, Flock?
That looks
He
pretty
likes it because it's more
symmetrical.
symmetrical.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
exactly.
I like it. I'm
Simple.
cool with it.
My only hesitation of bumping Anakin up is just like losing an aspect. We don't know how punishing that'll be.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I also can't believe Mother Talzin's the best in this
Dude,
set.
I am so
currently.
excited for her.
I think I would put Obi-Wan above, personally.
I think I would too.
No, Paulson's the best.
I think the
Talzin's the
Talzin's
best.
really, really good. Yeah, baby.
Flock gets his symmetry-ish.
That's fine.
And we-
whatever.
and we get our
Talzin's-
accuracy.
I know personally Talson's the best, and when you pull the showcase, Brian, I'm buying it off of you.
In what world? In the words of Aerosmith, dream on.
Dude, I just buy it off of you, and then you buy a Talzin online. We're even Steven.
Why would I
Uh,
make more work for myself? Why don't you just buy one online?
No, 'cause
And-
I can get it cheaper from you.
You can't.
in a metasphere, I am worried about the impact of these leaders overall in the meta, though, in the Premier.
Tell me more.
Huh?
Yeah,
Tell me more.
I can see a lot of these leaders being up there in the meta.
Like, I feel like S is like borderline currently for me, making it into the actual meta. A's got a chance, but maybe needs to be figured out. But like B, C, and D, I don't really think any of them are going to make a actual splash.
I think some of the Bs could.
I'm gonna tell you why I think Obi-Wan is the
could be
best
like a
leader in
one
this
of
set.
and like a top 64.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of potential.
Yeah,
for that
yeah,
stuff.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Gunji.
Yeah, he's great. Attack, make him a 3/6.
Gunji.
And then you still get
attack,
to play Obi-Wan for
General's
3.
Blade.
Well, that too. I mean, that can be scary. You like some people, I'm sure, are just gonna walk into a waylay or a powered dark side. But it's just like even attacking with a Gunji and then giving him an experience to make him a 3/6, then playing Obi-Wan, and now you have a 3/6 and a 3/5 on your board turn 2. Like, it's nasty. And then Obi-Wan's gonna be a 4/6 next turn. It's
Yep.
sick. And then if
Yeah.
you play him in yellow too, with the 2/3 Padawan when played, get the Force, boom, turn 1 3/4. I've liked him in yellow and blue so far. Blue helps with the grindiness, and that's what I've kind of been liking with green. But anyways, all right, we're at an hour and a half.
Quick question before we go.
Yeah.
Our Flock already answered this. Who's your most anticipated showcase of the set?
Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, or Kit.
Hmm.
Probably if I had to pick one, it'd be Obi-Wan because I think he's also the best of those.
I feel like it's Anakin, Kanan, or Kylo for me.
Wait, have you seen the showcases yet? Or like the art's
No.
out yet?
We've seen
No.
Ahsoka's, and is that it?
Just Ahsoka's,
Just
I think.
Ahsoka?
So how do you know Obi-Wan's
Oh,
gonna be the
and
best?
Qui-Gon and Maul for going off Game Genic.
Yeah.
Historical.
They throw some twists though, so who knows?
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not.
I'm saying he's, in my opinion, the best leader of Qui-Gon, Kit, and
Oh.
Obi-Wan. In my current early meta opinion, 0 games with a full set out.
True.
All right. As always, appreciate all watching. We will have our leader tier list. Well, this is coming out Tuesday. We'll have our legendary list not far behind it. And, yeah, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Blue Sky, Spotify, Apple Podcast, all the things. And we're looking forward to Galactics and seeing you all there. So be sure to stay in tune, join our Discord, talk to us about all those things. And we will catch you all next time. Deuce.